Back in the 90s, there was this thing called the Pizza Wars, Pizza Chain Wars, and this was between Little Caesars, Domino's, and Pizza Hut. Little Caesars introduced the Big Cheese, which is two pies with, I believe it was 24 slices. I think it was like $8. This was back in the 90s. This is not now.
I was gonna say,
yeah,
$8 is a steal, dude.
I looked at the commercials. I know the commercials don't always represent what it looked like, but it looked very good. So Pizza Hut, decided, hey, we need our big supersized signature pizza. So they released the Bigfoot, which is a 1 foot wide, 2 foot long pizza. It's pretty huge. They marketed this thing heavily. On July 4th, 1993, they leased a $4 million blimp over Manhattan, and they crashed it.
Where did they crash it?
In a building.
What?
Yeah. Two people were injured.
There were so many wars, like actual wars going on and proxy wars going on, that nobody talks about the pizza war in the early 90s.
This is very
You know?
true, and we saw the effects of it right on the west side of Manhattan.
What
But,
building did it crash into?
I think it was like a residential, but I'm not sure. I saw videos.
They tried to land it in the school, but it didn't happen. And the pilot landed it on top of the building, and the rest of the balloon came off to the side.
Dude, imagine
It looked scary.
imagine
honestly.
looking out your window and you see a Pizza Hut blimp. Dude, I would think I was like tripping balls or
Well,
something.
blimps are very dangerous. I know, like back in the 30s, they used to think like that's going to be the future of air travel, but
And then the Hindenburg.
maybe the East Coast is just not a good place for blimps to be.
No, it's not really a good place for anyone to be, but I'll never move
Yeah.
out of it.
I don't think I'll ever ride a blimp. Just doesn't seem safe.
I would definitely not.
Um,
Indiana Jones. Well,
um,
what did Domino's do?
Domino's made a one called the Dominator. I think it was called.
It's like the Demonator.
It was just a giant pie. It wasn't like a square pie like the rest of them did. This was a circle pie, and that was a flaw because the drivers could not fit the pizza in the door, the driver door, or any of the car doors. The only way to transport the pizza was in the trunk.
What about on top? What movie am I thinking about? Is it not Mr. Bean, but there's a movie where somebody straps all the pizza. Wait, no, I'm thinking of Spider-Man where he like what's it called?
Spider-Man
Bungee
2?
cord. Yeah, where he bungee cords it.
think
Spider-Man
it's-
2 is the best one out of the Tobey Maguires.
I agree.
And as time goes on, the Andrew Garfield ones are arguably the best.
No way. No way.
The only no,
No way.
according to the comic, they're the best.
Whatever.
For nostalgic reasons, it's the Sam Raimi ones.
I think.
Joey Diaz is in Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, but I think the Amazing Spider-Man movies are just like they're so aggressively to like 2010s, like for you.
But-
I don't know if you remember that moment, but there's a moment where he's like scrambling his papers and that song comes on for you. Like, what is this? What is this movie? And then in the first one, he's like skateboarding and
Yeah.
like and I forget what comes on, but it's super tacky. It sounds like
What about the scene where he just goes over the railing and just hangs out there?
it looks like
that's
an
so
old
weird.
Navy. He looks like he's like it looks like he's I don't know.
Abercrombie and
Yeah,
Fitch, yeah.
Abercrombie, Spider-Man, or whatever. It's just an aesthetic thing for me. I just don't
But
think.
the comics, dude,
But
there
he
should have
doesn't-
been a third.
I don't believe Andrew Garfield is getting bullied by anyone.
he is a pretty man. Under the Banner of Heaven, he's really hot
Yeah.
and
Him and Emma Stone do
Emma
have chemistry.
Emma
Want to talk about
Stone.
more things?
yes. So going into the movie, I had no clue what it was about. Did
Uh-huh.
not watch any trailers. Katie over the phone read it to me,
Did you
and
know about the cast?
I knew Rami Youssef was in it. I knew Willem Dafoe, Mark Ruffalo, and Emma Stone were in it. That's all I knew, and that's kind of all you need to know. Like I feel all the
Yes,
other
main cast.
yeah, all the other cast is kind of like character actors that you see in like random things. She read it to me, and I thought it was gonna be about like going around the world and like an eat, pray, love type thing. And then it starts off, and I'm like, this is like Eraserhead. Like it reminded me of Eraserhead. It's kind of like if Eraserhead was a porno. lot of boobs in it.
Yeah, there's a lot of fucking in it.
A lot. I was surprised.
The black and white kind of reminded me of Frankenstein. Obviously, the plot is very similar with the mad scientist and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
I thought his character was awesome.
Love
The
Willem
bubble,
Dafoe's
dude, everybody
character.
laughed in the theater
Yeah.
during the bubbles.
He's a tragic character, but
Yeah.
but he doesn't really show his emotions. He just says it. He kept bringing up his father and how he abuses.
He's like,
him
I'm a
and stuff like
eunuch.
that. I don't know. It's a really touching performance. His most touching one since I would say Florida Project. If you've seen that, he plays a really, really, really good, nice guy in that movie too.
What do we say? He's a nice guy in Poor Things.
I would say on the realm of like Defoe to the friend, I would say he's more the friend than Defoe.
He's not like what's that one movie where he has the teeth?
Oh, Wild at Heart.
Yeah.
I would say
that's
Wild at Heart is probably the most Defoe-iest, and the Green Goblin, of course.
Yeah, but I feel bad for him in Green Goblin. You know how much he sacrificed?
Yeah, but that is true, but I wouldn't want to hang around with Mr. Osborn. Maybe the No Way Home version. He seems a little bit nicer there.
That is true.
They kind of neutered him, or
like in Poor Things, I thought they got the vibe of like the medical quackery of the turn of the century very well, where it's like surgery in front of a bunch of people. There's a surgery, I forget who was involved or something like that, around the turn of the century that has a 300% mortality rate because the guy who was getting operated on died during surgery. The surgeon cut himself, died of an infection afterwards, and then somebody in the crowd went into shock watching it all, had a heart attack and died. It is the only surgery to this day that has a 300% mortality rate.
What is this called?
Just pull up surgery 300% mortality rate.
Have you seen the Junior Mint episode in Seinfeld? I can always bring up a Seinfeld episode that can relate.
No.
Kramer drops a Junior Mint while someone's doing a surgery, and it drops in the person's body.
Wasn't there also one about a watch? Like somebody left their watch inside of somebody?
I remember
It's probably
the
the
Dark
Junior
Knight
Mint,
when the Joker puts a phone in someone's body.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I think Yorgos Lanthimos, the director of this, he dedicated his Golden Globe to Bon Jovi, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
Millie Bobby Brown is now
not-
Millie Bobby Bon Jovi.
Is it No, wait. Bruce Springsteen. I'm sorry.
I just wanted to speak to Bruce Springsteen the whole night. We have the same birthday, 23rd September.
I got another New Jersey native. I'm sorry, I got them confused.
That's okay. They get ice cream together all the time.
At the Jersey Freeze?
I think so. Yeah, that's the photo they posted.
Well, he dedicated his Golden Globe that he won to Bruce Springsteen. Weirdly.
I was listening to Bruce on the way here, actually.
Well, we're not so far from Freehold, so if Yorgos is a big fan, he probably has visited.
Yeah, we can hang out with him. You can try guest next time. Pizza.
Yeah, Yorgos, you're invited. We'll have those crumpets that Bella had. Those looked delicious.
Yeah.
I don't know what they were called.
I don't remember either because I'm not a fancy dessert type guy.
Yeah.
The ones that she was eating when they were in Portugal.
Yeah. Those pastry things. Not too much, obviously. She threw up in front of that couple over there.
Yeah, she ate a lot.